In less than a decade, the world itself would witness the inhumanity and depravity of these reactionaries. On the 11th September 2001, two planes flew into New York's World Trade Center, killing almost 3,000 innocent people. It was the first time since Pearl Harbor that there had been an attack of such magnitude on the United States. I was in Dubai when I first heard about the attack on the Twin Towers, and I quickly put on the television, and I was just in time to catch the second plane going into the Twin Towers. And it was really a moment when you thought that perhaps we are on the edge of world war, and what's happening? All government is breaking down, all order is breaking down, the world as we know it is breaking down. No one is immune from attacks like these. Across the world, terrorists have continued to spread insecurity and fear through their campaign against innocent civilians. They are driven by hatred and intolerance, but they do all this, they say, in the name of Islam. It grieves me that there is another victim of these terrorist outrages, and that is the image of Islam itself. Across the world, many non-Muslims have come to assume that violent paramilitary and terrorist groups are the authentic voice of my religion, and many in the West have come to fear Muslims amongst them. But our religion is not what these people preach. These men who use violence and terror in the name of Islam are heretics, and their actions contradict the teachings of the Holy Prophet. The Holy Quran is full of injunctions telling us to respect and value the sanctity of human life, and the Holy Prophet made it clear that it was never justified to kill innocent civilians. Do not cheat or commit treachery, he said, nor should you mutilate or kill children, women, or old men. Islam specifically prohibits the killing of defenseless victims. But that doesn't mean to say that there aren't genuine Muslim grievances. Muslims across the world were outraged by the Israeli onslaught on Lebanon. They do feel that there's been a disproportionate use of force and that civilians should not be punished and an infrastructure, a country should not be destroyed in revenge, retaliation. But the biggest issue of all is the plight of the Palestinians. Muslims everywhere are angry by the West's failure to broker a Middle East peace settlement. Sometimes a country may be militarily more powerful and may feel that it can inflict a military punishment, but it's the law of unintended consequences which always threatens to take over. And when genuine Muslim grievances are ignored, it allows Osama bin Laden and other extremists to exploit them. And what of my own country? Another general, Pervez Musharraf, is now in charge. He has singularly failed to clamp down on these reactionary Islamic terrorists who continue to be a threat. General Musharraf speaks about moderation in Pakistan, but in fact, as The Economist recently put it, Pakistan is a far more dangerous place now under his leadership, and General Musharraf, either deliberately or because of helplessness, has been unable to really take on the militants. And I worry about Pakistan's future. And Pakistan, let's not forget, is a country with nuclear weapons. Pakistan today is the most dangerous place in the world. And unless democracy is restored in Pakistan, I fear for my country. That's why I have joined forces with old political opponents, and together we are fighting for free and fair elections, for democracy in Pakistan. The militants don't want me back because they don't think they can operate under my leadership. And what do I have? I'm just a woman. I don't have arms. I don't have tanks, but I have ideas. And the people of Pakistan support my ideas. And I plan to go back irrespective of whether I'm arrested. I want to bring to closure this period in my life, and I feel I want to be with the people of my country. And my country calls for me. I feel the call of the land. I miss the smell. I miss the scent of the eucalyptus trees. I miss the scent when the wheat flowers. I miss the soil. I miss the noise. I miss my people. And what would I like to do if I were back in Pakistan? I would remind people that Muslim leaders have a responsibility to tell our people and the world that an enlightened and progressive society is entirely compatible with Islam. We cannot allow the militants to monopolize the image of our religion and to tarnish its name with violence and terror. But ultimately, I believe that their vision of Islam is of theocracy. It's of taking away freedom. It's of taking away individual liberty, freedom of thought, freedom of association. And I believe that most individuals want the rights that the Prophet of Islam gave them, which is the right to consensus, to reason, to determine governments of their own that address the issues, whether they're social or economic. Today, the Muslim people are searching for freedoms that exist in other parts of the world, for the good rulers who follow the Quran, who believe in a peaceful and tolerant society. And ultimately, for me, Islam is a religion of peace. The word that we are supposed to greet each other with is Assalamu alaikum, peace be upon you. And we are supposed to reply with Wa alaikum salam, and peace be unto you. And this is the reason why I believe that a message of hate, which is so contrary to a message of peace and brotherhood, is bound to ultimately fail.
Next tonight, a profile of a man vilified by Christianity, but has he been wrongly accused? Herod the Great, the true story, is next on 5.